All right, guys, Captain Rick Hilliard here of Weird Water Fishing. As you guys know, I've had this Tiller Mosquito for almost 6 months now. This is my daily work truck. This is what I fish the lagoon with. This is what we fish the series with. And for the last 2 weeks, I've had the privilege of fishing the new Beavertail Rival. It's their newest skiff. It's kind of the little brother of the Mosquito, a little more affordable. At first, when I got on here, I thought, man, the lack of storage compared to my Mosquito is gonna be pretty big, but I'm not super sure it is. So my Mosquito has the 2 buckets back here. One's a live well and a cooler. One is dry storage. This back little transom opening that goes into the bilge, it's all open bilge. So I fit all 3 of my life jackets, my throwable, and I use a collapsible anchor by Mantis Marine. It's this little M1 collapsible dinghy anchor. It's awesome. It all fits back there. So now I have my entire front hatch, which while it's a little bit smaller than the Mosquito's front hatch, I now have it completely open. So you can put your battery up there, you can put some tackle boxes, whatever. And speaking of tackle boxes, kind of a cool option. You can get this little hatch right here that has 4 tackle trays. And so you have all your tackle right back here. Super cool. On this side, you have a little bit of storage for, like, I have a rain jacket in there, I have my pliers, my cell phone, a little bit of dry storage. Really cool option. Yeah, very similar. I would say if you're in the market and you're going between the Mosquito and the Rival, I would consider what you do 90% of the time. And so if you're a guy that likes a trolling motor, I would say the Mosquito, while you can put a trolling motor, they put them on here with batteries and everything up front. It's gonna really limit your storage. If you're a guy that likes using a lot of live bait, the Mosquito is gonna have your options for a bigger live well, a dedicated live well. Again though, I have an Engel hard box with a lithium ion aerator on the side. If you're like me and you're like, hey, if I'm going out and throwing live bait, I'm not blacking out a live well, I got a couple dozen shrimp and I'm good, you have plenty of options to really still be able to throw bait on this thing. I like the Yeti cooler option. You'll see in the episode that we just released, you know, you can move that Yeti cooler up here and now you got a casting platform. You don't have to have a separate casting platform. It's a really great option. I've been throwing a beanbag up front here if I have 2 guys. So one guy's on the cooler and one guy's on the beanbag. For a 16-foot skiff, we came back the other day and probably 15 knot wind coming straight at us. I mean, hammering pretty hard. The guy on the front was maybe in his 50s. He fell asleep in the beanbag. So I mean, a pretty smooth ride and pretty comfortable seating options. Overall, they're really, really great skiffs. I love my Mosquito. I think part of it's just that it's my daily driver. It's what I'm on all day, every day. But I would not, even guiding, I would not be mad at being on a Rival. And for the price point, I think they start at like 29 grand. I mean, I don't know any other skiff on the market that you can get anywhere close to that and really be good. So front hatch, good amount of storage. I mean, like I said, we have our dedicated house battery. I haven't really tested fuel capacity with the 50 versus the 60. I did fill it up and I think I ran like 4 or 5 trips on a tank of gas. So I feel like it's pretty good fuel capacity. Running, I haven't really been able to tell if one runs shallower than the other. The Rival is definitely lighter than the Mosquito, but because the Mosquito does have the sponsons, it's gonna sit up on the water a little bit better. We've had really low water down here lately, and I haven't really had, I mean, it really is amazing how well this Mosquito performs. I haven't had a hard time getting it anywhere. I do think there was a couple times, like Max and I went out day 1 and got in some pretty crazy stuff, and it's maybe a little bit shallower than I think the Mosquito could have gotten. And draft-wise though, I wanna say it's pretty negligible. Maybe an inch, half an inch. I don't think it's like, you're not saving 3 inches by going to this. I mean, the Mosquito already, I push the Mosquito through places where we see redfish's eyeballs sticking out. So I don't really, like, any shallower, there's not gonna be fish there, so what's the point? But I do think you can feel it being a little bit lighter on the pole for sure, but not a huge difference. It's not like I feel like I'm stepping onto a flats boat versus a skiff. Like, they both feel like they pull pretty light. The Rival does have a little bit of a difference. I would guess mine's set up pretty similar to the Rival. I would guess this Rival's maybe 150 pounds lighter, 200 pounds lighter with everything, with all the motor gear, everything. But yeah, they're pretty close. They both are. I think one of the things Beavertail has done better than any other skiff I've been on is their draft to like dry, stable, comfortable ride ratio. You know, there are some skiffs that can go ultra skinny, but they ride like crap. They'll rattle your teeth out. You'll get soaked the whole time. And there's skiffs that probably ride a little bit better than the Mosquito or the Rival, but you sacrifice draft. For me, being able to have like that perfect sweet spot, I really think Beavertail's nailed it on both of these skiffs.